Hello Nippies, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, hi, hello, I'm Nips, a freelance artist, and today we're going to be working on some Legends of Runeterra doodles. And if you don't know what that is, Legends of Runeterra is a card game with Riot Games' IP from League of Legends, and so I really love playing the card game a lot. I love the characters, I love the universe, the lore, everything, and Legends of Runeterra has way more art and characters and just fleshes everyone just out so much more. And so if you really like the League of Legends universe and the art, I highly recommend you check out the card game. It's just so good. And so here we see me working on some doodles, and today we're going to be starting with Darius. And in these sets of sketches, I'm going to be working on Clip Studio Paint. Normally I do Photoshop, but if I'm doing sketches, very quick ones, I try my best to keep them as unrefined as possible, because like I've said before, I don't know if it happens to any of you, but you just want to keep going. Sometimes you're like, oh, this is just going to be a sketch, it's just going to be black and white, and then you change the color of the line art, and then you put some flats, and you're like, it's fine, we're just going to do flats, no shading. And then you're like, okay, you know, what if we just put some shading here and there? And then you're like, what if I put some highlights here and there? And so Clip Studio Paint, because I don't often use this for refined work, I usually do everything on Photoshop. Working on this program really helps me to stop from going too far. So that's usually why I use this program, aside from the fact that it's the one that I used for my comic, which, if you don't know if it exists, it is 18+, so please be careful with that, but I'll put the links down in the description below if you guys are interested in my comic off sale. But otherwise, that's what we're working on today, just some good old fun Legends of Runeterra doodles. So in this program, you'll see at the top left this India ink brush called a Bit Husky. It's literally one of my favorite brushes of all time, if not my favorite. And so I have not found a way to get that brush to come over to Photoshop. So a lot of the times I do actually use this program for that brush specifically. So maybe when I find a way to duplicate it, maybe I'll be able to do these really fast doodles in Photoshop without going out of control. But our first doodle on the left is Darius. I really enjoy backlighting, intense lighting, intense characters in general. And if you know anything about Darius, he's super badass, just super large, has a giant hammer mullet thing and axe, whatever you want to call it. And I'm not very good at drawing these sorts of characters where their like jaws are pretty wide. They have very strong facial structures. And so I really wanted to try my hand at making that sort of character really come to life. And a lot of these characters I usually don't draw. I've drawn so many League of Legends characters, and some of these I get surprised that I've never tried drawing before. So it was really fun to try my hand at drawing Darius, especially since I've really liked his aesthetic and his appearance for such a long time. But yeah, this next one is going to be Sheriff Lafayette Rose, Rose, and she is a card from Legends of Runeterra. So Darius is a champion, also in League of Legends, but this next one is a card. And when I was doing these, I was doing sketch requests, and so people had recommended her in chat, and I really love her art in the game. A lot of the art in the game is gorgeous, done by a studio called Six More Vodka. And if you have not checked their work out, you are just missing out, just in general. But definitely if you're an artist, oh my god, what a treat. So I really enjoy the design and the feel and the painting of a lot of the followers, is what they're called in Legends of Runeterra. So anything that's a unit, like a character that isn't a champion, is called a follower. And so we have a very funny elephant drawing in the left, I think that somebody recommended in chat. But yes, so she is a follower, and so there's so many really cool follower designs in Legends of Runeterra, and A lot of the times I want to do these sketch request streams to take more time to give them some appreciation because the designs are just phenomenal. But here we are already finishing up the drawing, and you'll see that I've kind of started experimenting, not just in this video, but in some other ones where I've been doing some more light sketches, where I've been taking a liking to painting my sketches. Those of you that have been following my work for a while know that I'm not much of a painter. I'm very much a sketch layer, line art layer, flat color layer, shade layer on multiply. I'm very very same old, and I really like that routine. But I've kind of taken a liking. In the past, I used to paint quite a bit, but as of late, I've kind of tried to branch into those roots once again and experiment with just painting all on one layer, you know, making things, molding it into the finished product as opposed to just absolutely needing the layers to be cut and dry and organized, and just letting the brushes flow a little bit more. It's just so much less pressure, and it really feels like you're not constrained by this needs to be on this layer, this needs to be on that layer. So it's been really fun trying to break into that again. You'd think it's more pressure because that's how I kind of felt for a while. Especially for a bigger illustration, I might feel that same way still, but there's something really cathartic about just working all on one layer and not needing to go back. Oh, where's the line art layer? Oh, where's the back part of this hair layer? And it's just all so chaotic, so many things going on. So if you haven't tried, at least pulling up a paper and well, digital paper, because traditional, it's all on one layer, huh? But yeah, just opening a new canvas and sketching and doing it all on one layer, highly recommend. And let me just say that doing it all on one layer is kind of disingenuous, because I usually start with it all like spread out on different layers. So you'll see that I do my initial sketch, set it to multiply, put in the flats, and then merge it all, and then finish it all on one layer. So let me better put it that way, but maybe I'll evolve and actually do it all on one layer from start to finish. That'll be the next task. So here for our next sketch is going to be Soraka. And Soraka is a champion that I don't think I have ever drawn. And I don't know why on this particular day, I really was just like in the mood to draw her. She's truly not of the aesthetic of the characters that I usually am very good at drawing. And so I was kind of worried. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do this character justice, but I don't know. I just really wanted to draw her for some weird, bizarre reason. Sometimes I'm in the mood to draw really cute characters, very wholesome. And so I don't know, she just came out, and I'm honestly really proud of how this drawing came out. And I just struggle so much with characters of this aesthetic that just seeing it now, these sets of drawings are a little bit old, so I'm kind of reliving this with you guys as I see it. Hopefully, like I said, there's so many videos that I have backlogged, so hopefully you guys don't mind if you guys have seen this content on Twitter before, that you don't mind seeing the process and the rambling commentary on top. But yeah, now that I see the replay of it, I'm so proud of this drawing, and you'll see how I went over it all on one layer, just adding some colors on top, changing the line art colors, adding some splashes of like hatching, and just not even needing to quote unquote like finish the sketch, and just knowing like how you can put certain colors in certain spots and not needing it to be completely neat for it to feel like a coherent piece. And that's something that I'm really trying to learn, that things don't need to look like absolutely finished in order for them to really just hit home. So this next one is going to be Swain, and Swain is just one of my favorite, like the vibe and the aesthetic of this character in League of Legends and Legends of Runeterra is just immaculate. I love the colors. Red is one of my absolute favorite colors, and red, black, and white is just, oh, what a great color scheme. And so I've always really loved his ultimate and how powerful he looks, and just like unhinged and just the fire everywhere and the glowing and the crows and oh my god, just it all feels so like just radiating power. And so I really wanted to try my hand at doing something not only sketchy, basically keeping the same level of sketchiness, but also trying the painting, which was starting to scare me because this one you'll see on the right that I merged it pretty early. So I was already working on one layer relatively early, and I was kind of panicking because it was already starting to look way more messy than the one on the left. And it's because the one on the left, I had the Soraka I had merged a little bit later, so I had more time to kind of make the sketch lines look a little cleaner. But this one I was having some trouble with the angle and the face expression and getting it to look like himself. And then on top of that, I had made it really, really messy and merged it early. So I had to fix the issues that I had with it while it was all merged. And so it no longer looked like too clean, but I tried to use it to my advantage since the expression that I'm drawing is very like chaotic, very like volatile, very angry and like just ruthless. And so with those sorts of emotions, I know you guys know you can do a lot of hatching and just like very messy lines to evoke this like sort of like movement and chaos and just, oh my goodness. So I was trying my best to not take it too far into that direction because I didn't want to basically use it as an excuse for the sketch to be messy, but use it in a way that was, okay, like I'm going to build on that aesthetic to make sure that it gives that vibe without me like cheating the messy lines essentially. So I really was having fun like rendering this, and now that I'm looking at it in hindsight, I'm just so proud of this drawing because I remember when I first posted these sets of sketches, they just did really well on Twitter. So many of you really, really like them, and I was so confused because to me, like I didn't dislike the sketches, but I wasn't like super duper proud of them in comparison to how well they did on Twitter. Like when I look at the Swain all close up, like some of the shapes are not right, like it's still very messy. And so I just could not understand why everybody liked it so much. I was like, there's nothing really that great about this sketch. But now that I see it, I am a little bit more proud of it, a little less hard on myself. So it was really just such a fun set of sketches. And now that I see them here, I really want to maybe explore going back and doing some more Legends of Runeterra follower champion doodles. So yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll put the links of the finished pieces down below from Twitter if you guys want to check them out a little bit more in detail. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought down below. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe, join the Nibby family. The more, the merrier. And yeah, I will see you guys next video. Bye!